आपको अगर अनअकैडमी 1-2 साल में या वो जो भी बड़ी बड़ी कंपनी बाईजूस बोलेगा कि इसको बेच दो और हम पहुंचा पाएंगे इसको लाखों बच्चों तक, तो आप बेचोगे?
सो मेरा एक माइलस्टोन है कि मुझे बाईजूस या अनअकैडमी को खरीदनी
या तो मैं बिल्कुल ही बहुत ही रीड नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, पर आप क्या आदमी है अरे।
माई मॉम सेड बेटा या तो टॉपर बन या तो फेलियर बन, बीच में नहीं चलेगा. यू नो वी डू वांट एवरेज चाइल्ड. सो नेक्स्ट डे आई डिसाइडेड कि यू नो कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा, बट टॉपर बनना बहुत मुश्किल है, फेलियर बनता.
सो ये पैसा मतलब टीवी पे ऐसे दिखाया गया कि ओके ये हो गया डील, बट अल्टीमेटली यू डिड नॉट गेट द मनी ओनली अभी तक. Oh, I mean, that's pretty weird and unexpected.
Yeah.
So, do you think Shark Tank India is a scam? Hi everyone, welcome to Conversation with Kushal once again. Today we have with us a very young chap who's an entrepreneur, has his own edtech company, has been featured in Shark Tank India, and we are going to discuss everything right from applying to Shark Tank India about his entrepreneurial venture, कैसे उसने 18 साल में इतनी बड़ी कंपनी खड़ी कर ली, and what are his future vision as well. Thank you so much, Shreyaan, for accepting my invitation. It's a pleasure to host you today. Perfect, Shreyaan. So let's talk more about your early childhood. Let's talk more about your what was there in the past in terms of your upbringing, schooling, education, and then let's take this ahead.
So honestly saying, I was a very average kid. मतलब सारे स्पोर्ट्स खेलता था बट किसी में बेस्ट नहीं था. मार्क्स में I was a 70%, not a 70, not even a 85, not even a 90, not even a failure. So in the 7th grade I went back, you know, to my parents and showed my report card. My mom said, बेटा या तो टॉपर बन या तो फेलियर बन, बीच में नहीं चलेगा. You know we do want average child. So next day I decided कि you know कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा, but टॉपर बनना बहुत मुश्किल है, फेलियर बनता. So that's how I really started my journey of failing first. I proposed to a girl, she rejected me in the 7th grade and that was my first ever failure. तो वहाँ से ही चालू हुआ था and the journey of Shreyaan Daga's beginning. After I started filling in marks, maths पहले, फिर sciences, हिंदी सब में F आने लग गए. And I was excelling in skills outside of school. So was very interested in the stock market, कैसे पैसा चलता है. So I started learning how to invest, researched, invested money. I learned about how to give loans. So I opened a small bank in school, started giving loans, taking interest from my friends. And काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें सीखा, coding सीखा, around 7-8 languages सीखे coding के.
Wow. And this was at what kind of age?
So started learning coding at age of 8. Set up my first website, then started selling paintings online. But stock market I entered at the age of 13. And 14 I was giving loans to my friends.
Wow. And what was the business model in all these things? Like what was the best business before OLL and which was the most profitable one?
So first business was selling paintings online. So there I would make the painting. I mean the only thing I had to do was do the painting and list it onto the website.
Are you an artist as well?
Yeah.
Like a professional painter?
Creatively बहुत अच्छा.
Wow. Maybe we'll showcase some of your paintings also.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So I used to post these and मेरे सारे friends group में भेजता था. तो my mom used to send it to her friends as well. तो मेरे friend के parents खरीदते थे. And being from a school which was very well off, so they would buy at whatever price you would say. So 9,000 rupees was for one painting.
Wow.
I used to buy.
My God, that's a lot. And this was like 100% margins business for you because there's no cost, like there's no upfront cost, right?
No, not a direct. मतलब उस
Right.
time cost भी कैसे calculate करते, paint का, paper
Correct.
का, वो सब तो नहीं calculate.
Okay, and the second business about this
The
loans and
stock
all?
market?
No, about the
Which are
loans, yeah.
Yeah, I would give 500 rupees and take 700 rupees in a week.
My God.
45% interest.
Okay, and people were ready to pay that.
अरे मतलब you go in a canteen of any school, किसी को भूख लगती है तो वो पैसा लेता है. And then you know they ask for double or triple they're willing to pay at any time.
So what was the time in your life when you thought that हाँ यार अभी तो बहुत अच्छा पैसा कमा लिया है and मतलब this is something which I didn't expect, इतना पैसा मैंने तो नहीं देखा था, अभी और इसके बाद करना है.
So that time was actually when I invested in the stock in the 7th grade.
Which stock did you invest?
It was called Tanla Solutions.
Okay.
I bought it for 40 rupees. Okay. I told everybody to buy, nobody bought. It went to 2,000 rupees within
What?
3-4 years. And
My
I was
God.
like, oh, I mean, I was like, shit, yeah. अब तो कुछ नहीं करना पड़ेगा लाइफ में.
How
But
much?
I bought only like 100 shares.
Okay.
Because मेरे capacity में I used to buy and I used to sell in my capacity.
So you bought 40 shares, you bought 100 shares
At the
at
price of
40 and it became 2,000, which is 1,960 ka gain. And you're saying 100. Wow. Which is, हाँ.
90,000 ही था, but still, it was fairly good for.
Right, but I mean, yeah, 1,96,000 also, which is there. But for a 12-year-old, 13-year-old?
13-year-old.
Yeah, that's a good amount, yeah, for a 13-year-old as well.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So, वहाँ से you got the gist of what does money mean to you, and you got a taste of success. Like, would you categorize that as the first taste
you
of
can say
success?
that.
So, what was your thesis? Like, did you do some research on that stock, or it was just a bet or a gamble?
Every stock that I bought, I had to first explain my research to my the place I was interning. Okay, to my mama, he was the boss of me that time. So I had to explain him every single detail of who's the promoter, why was the company started, what's the problem size. I used to go, in fact, to their office, to the company's office, see company chal bhi raha hai ki nahi. I used to buy their product, taste it, if it's a food FMCG item. If it's a service, I would get an experience of that. I used to literally experience the entire company inside out. And only then I would decide if I want to buy this stock or not.
Got it.
And full decision power was with me, but the approval was with him. So I had to literally go upside ground level, say more of qualitative research, less of quantitative.
Got it. So you invested 4,000 and then you took out 2 lakh rupees out of that investment. My God, that's insane. That's commendable. And about this NBFC business, so what was the you call it AUM in technical terms, which is assets under management, which is the total loan you have given. But on what scale did you take that?
That was a
venture
very
into?
small scale, around 20,000-30,000 I had given and got around 50,000 back. But it was more of friends and all, not of a proper business.
Right. No, makes sense. And then, so this is until 8th standard, 9th standard, right?
Yeah, 9th
These are all ventures. And then how did you take a plunge into a proper entrepreneurial venture? And when was it when you thought कि अभी तो बस मेरे को पढ़ाई नहीं करनी है and मेरे को अभी business में घुसना है?
So the turning point was actually in the February 2020, 15th February, where I decided to leave home. I was very inspired by Gautam Buddha, by his teachings in the history textbook, how he left home. And I'm like, I have a lot of materialistic belongings now, I can, leave home. So I took my wallet, my slipper, my phone छोड़ दिया था for some reason, watch लिया था and cycle लिया था. ये सारे चीज़ें लेके मैं घर से निकला. I used to stay at Nepean Road. So I left and I gave everything away until C-Link, where I gave C-Face, where I gave my cycle to this child. His t-shirt was torn. He was wearing a green t-shirt, dark skin. He took the cycle and he smiled so wide, you could see his crooked teeth. And he was like, bhaiya mera sapna pura ho gaya. So that is the point where I decided, forget materialistic things. Let's go on. So I was found by the police walking barefoot in Mahim. It was a hot sunny day in Bombay, and I was brought back to home, shouted at by relatives. Parents were like, except for my dad, everybody was very, very angry at me. But my dad was like, beta, ab tu ye risk le liya na life, you can take any risk now. That was the biggest learning for me, and that's when that was a change of thought, change of life. I changed my entire lifestyle after that. I didn't care about कि भाई पैसा is not number one priority. It's more about giving impact, leaving an impact. So that was the changing point of my life.
Wow.
And yeah.
And then like you
How
went
did
back
it-
to your home and then like
Yeah, and then COVID
what
hit.
was it?
That was Feb 2020, March 2020. COVID hit, and till that time, my parents had enrolled me in every single tuition class. They're like, अब तुझे इतना पढ़ाएंगे कि तू छोड़ेंगे, like you won't be able to like, you know. So they put me in every single tuition class, and by April, I had literally, you know, I was on depression. Like, मतलब कुछ, I was going like it was online classes also, but I was like out of my thing only. मतलब पढ़ाई हो ही नहीं पा रहा था
ये
मुझसे.
सारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन क्लासेस थे मतलब which standard?
सारे सब्जेक्ट 10th grade.
अच्छा ओके सो यू आर इन 10th in April 2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
सारे सब्जेक्ट्स मतलब एक भी सब्जेक्ट नहीं छोड़ा. हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी, हिंदी, मैथ, साइंस. आई वाज लाइक लिटरली अबाउट टू टेयर माय ब्रेन. आई एम लाइक एक बच्चा ऑलरेडी छोड़ के गया और उसके बाद आप ये सब करवा रहे हो. So then my dad saw my, you know, this thing, and he's like, you know what, do what you wish, do what you want to do, chill, enjoy, life है, आराम से जियो. So then I got this, he dropped all my tuitions, and then I got this free time. And this free time I thought, you know, I've taken such a risk in my life earlier. Now I am, you know, free of all materialistic wants and needs. Let's build something that's larger than myself. So that's how we started building OLL. And in the first year itself, we first 2 months we gave it for free. We would connect teachers to students, live online classes. So Canva पे एक poster बनाया, free online coding class, free online graphic designing class, and WhatsApp groups पे share कर दिया. पहले family groups पे share किया, फिर उसके बाद फैमिली फ्रेंड्स ग्रुप्स, एंड देन दे स्टार्टेड शेयरिंग ऑन देयर ओन. वर्ड ऑफ माउथ से वी हैड रीच्ड क्वाइट अ लार्ज नंबर ऑफ यूजर्स, बट अगेन नॉट सस्टेनेबल ऑन इट्स ओन. फ्री में कितना तो चल जाएगा. सो वी डिड फॉर फ्री फॉर 2 months. आफ्टर दैट वी हैड टू फाइंड इंटर्न्स, वी हैड टू हायर इंटर्न्स. सो इंटर्नशाला से वी हायर्ड अराउंड 30-40 इंटर्न्स at 3,000 rupees a month. And then to pay them, I took a mini loan from my dad of 2 lakh rupees. So we were paying them, and that's how OLL started. But when the turning point came and we actually started earning revenue, and when we felt we were really solving a problem, was when we went through schools. Because school mein we would host a parent orientation, and the parents would basically come. We would introduce this as a workshop at a very affordable price. School trust, parent trust the school, so automatically वो trust हमारे ऊपर भी reflect हो गया. So we didn't have to really market it in B2C. We didn't have to do any ads, no promotions, nothing. And वहाँ से सिर्फ word of mouth से ही फैला. Zero marketing spend, zero marketing budget, सिर्फ word of mouth से फैला.
So what is the meaning of this word OLL?
First it was online live learning. फिर बच्चे, the students would only say OLL पे सीख ले यार, why are you going anywhere? So then we made it just OLL, and it's also pronounced as all, so you can find all skills in one place.
Got it. Yeah, interesting stuff. So what's the scale of this company now, like in terms of revenues or employees?
So today we're teaching around 20,000 kids daily
Okay.
across 65 schools, and earning a revenue of around 2.5 crores a month.
Wow.
And we have around 135 members.
Okay. And you're the sole founder in this company?
No, one of the interns who joined in the start of the company is a co-founder.
Oh wow. That's
So,
a very nice mindset. So you promoted that person to co-founder.
Yeah, she KwK is her name.
Okay.
So she basically CEO. She runs the entire company.
Okay.
The operations and after sales.
Okay. Got it. So this is a proper B2B model where you are tying up with schools and you are giving them something which they are not giving as of now to the students.
Exactly.
So what exactly would this content be and who curates the content?
So essence of OLL is we aren't the content creators, we are the distributors.
Okay.
So कोई भी content बनाता है वो अपना content example like for robotics we have Witblocks. So Witblocks is this company which is an innovative AI blocks. We partnered with them. They have grade wise content. So they give us the content. We have the distribution network of schools reach. हमारे पास हर एक स्कूल के अंदर relationships built है principals के साथ, parents के साथ. So when we launch something, the school takes it. So now we're launching our own entrepreneurship course. So there the content creator is me.
Okay.
So like that we have multiple content creators for each thing and we're the distribution partner.
Got it. And I assume you would be paying these creators on a pay per hour model, like per घंटे हर घंटे के हिसाब से rate होगा, right?
So creator एक होता है, delivery करने के लिए educator दूसरा होता है.
Okay, got it.
मतलब because you know this guy who creates, he cannot go, or this girl who creates, she cannot go to every single school at the scale we have. You know, teaching 20,000 kids daily, you require at least 100 teachers. So उसके लिए we have like teachers as the on ground faculty who we train onto their content and they deliver, and we pay these people a percentage share.
Okay, got it. And I assume you would be profitable kind of a business.
Yeah. So हम लोग ने funding तो raise किया but सब कुछ FD में ही पड़ा है.
Okay.
Like we've raised around 3 crores in funding total.
Okay.
But all in FD.
So this also includes the round from Shark Tank India. which you
Yeah.
had
So
raised.
Shark Tank India में the start of it was, you know, you got funding on TV and all, but we did not get the funds.
Okay.
So we waited for 6 months for them to transfer. After that we raised another round and we grew the company regardless.
Okay. So I mean I didn't get this. So like कैसा होता है? Like for example, you go to Shark Tank India, वहाँ पे होता है, and then I think I saw that episode where Piyush Bansal had signed the check,
Piyush
right?
Bansal and Vinita Singh.
Correct. So like what happens after that? Like they have to do a due diligence or they have to give the funds? So I mean, what was the process after that?
तो वो जो चेक होता है वो नकली होता है जो
Yeah.
वो देते हैं. But उसके बाद क्या होता है? They have a meeting with their team. They have like their own team members who look out for funding and all. They give an approval, then it starts due diligence. Due diligence चालू होने में ही बहुत time लगता है. They don't start it only for most startups. So for us at least, they didn't start it only. They're like कि हम लोग अभी decide कर रहे हैं क्या कैसे करेंगे क्या करेंगे क्यों. And the thing is they're handling 100 startups at the same time. So उतना time एक जन को भी नहीं मिल पाता है.
Okay. So ये पैसा मतलब टीवी पे ऐसे दिखाया गया कि ओके ये हो गया है डील, बट अल्टीमेटली यू डिड नॉट गेट द मनी ओनली अभी तक. ओह दैट्स प्रीटी वियर्ड एंड अनएक्सपेक्टेड.
या देयर आर क्वाइट अ फ्यू रीजन. मतलब किसी के पास 100 करोड़ का लिक्विडिटी थोड़ी होता है कि वो ऐसे ही फंड्स देते जाए.
राइट.
वो भी है. प्लस दे वुड लाइक टू इन्वेस्ट एट अ वैल्यूएशन व्हिच इज 6 months old. Because of their brand value, they would try to make a profit out of it in the start only.
तो उनको डिस्काउंट पे चाहिए थोड़ा. ओके.
मतलब अगर कंपनी 50 करोड़ की है उनको 6 करोड़ में चाहिए.
ओके.
वैसा.
Got it. Let's talk more about this. Let's deep dive into this Shark Tank India thing. So a lot of people are also aspiring entrepreneurs who want to get into Shark Tank India and who want to get featured there. So how was this process? मतलब कैसे होता है right from the application? Is it like कि तुमको पैसे देने पड़ते हैं application के, या कैसे होता है पूरा process? If you can explain everyone, that'll be helpful.
Definitely, yeah. So the thing is, it starts with a simple form. There is no पैसा, there is no contact, there is no third party entry. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. एक उन लोग का फॉर्म होता है. लास्ट ईयर अराउंड 85,000 लोग अप्लाई किए थे. ऐसे हर साल आई थिंक दिस अराउंड 1,52 लाख अप्लाई करेंगे.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. In terms of startups, it's a lot. Like.
And इसमें से कितने लोग सिलेक्ट होते हैं?
इसमें से सिलेक्ट so I don't know the exact number, but an approximate is who get aired on TV is 0.1%.
अच्छा,
0.01%.
अच्छा इतने कम.
हाँ.
ओके.
Because I don't know मतलब एग्जैक्ट परसेंटेज छोड़ो, मतलब 150 स्टार्टअप है.
हाँ करेक्ट.
हाँ तो समझो जो भी परसेंटेज है,
मतलब जितने एपिसोड्स है उतने स्टार्टअप्स बेसिकली जितने भी एपिसोड्स में हो गए उतने.
करेक्ट. तो इतने एयर होते हैं. दे रिकॉर्ड अराउंड 750. I'll tell you the process.
हाँ.
So फॉर्म भरा. पहले एक फॉर्म होता है जस्ट टेक्स्ट, दूसरा फॉर्म होता है टेक्स्ट प्लस वीडियो. ये फॉर्म्स कितने 13-14 पेजेस लॉन्ग होता है. You can't fake it. I mean, if you don't know anything about startups, you won't be able to fill the form. So you have to know something about startups. चाहे numbers fake कर दो उस time, but बाद में the physical round happens, where वो आपको congratulate करते हैं, where they ask for all your due diligence, audit reports, आपके investors से approval, NOC, etc. वहाँ पे जब आप physically जाते हो, तब आपके it's like a mock Shark Tank with the Sony team के लोग. And there also it's like they literally check everything. आपके पास गर्लफ्रेंड है क्या? आपके भाई बहन है क्या? आपके क्या करते हैं? कौन करते हैं? पापा क्या करते हैं? पापा कैसे पैसा कमाते हैं? They try to find out the crux of the conversation. Basically it's to find out कि entertaining होएगा कि नहीं, स्टोरी है कि नहीं, मसाला है कि नहीं, टीवी पे जा सकता है कि नहीं, TRP के लिए. Once they do that, they select you for the studio shoot. Now the studio shoot isn't scripted. मतलब ऐसे लगता है कि हाँ भाई सब इतना प्रिपेयर होके आते हैं, but only 3 minutes they prepare you for, where you speak. After that, what sharks ask, questions क्या होने वाले, सब improvisation. There is no pre-recorded or nothing. वो सब improvise होता है. वो actually 1.5 घंटे का रिकॉर्ड होता है. वो शोकेस सिर्फ 12 मिनट.
1.5 घंटा इतना क्या होता है?
Every detail, मतलब क्यों, कौन, कहाँ. Like for me, they were stuck on my story, that story which I told you in the start. They were just stuck on that कि कैसे कोई बच्चा छोड़ सकता है. And in fact, they didn't showcase that only because they were stuck on that story for so long. Around 30 minutes went in that only.
अच्छा.
Especially Anupam, he was like कि यार तुम्हें 2 घंटे में लाइफ का पर्पस मिल गया, हमें अभी तक नहीं मिला है लाइफ का पर्पस. He was like, take my case, trying to get थोड़ा सा content out of it. But that part they cut and they just aired without that also.
Okay.
So it's, and then after that you don't know if you're rejected throughout. अगर आप reject हो गए हो, they don't tell you. It's a very weird thing.
मतलब मैं समझा नहीं, रिजेक्ट एज इन अभी
नेक्स्ट राउंड के लिए एक्सेप्ट होते हो तो बताते हैं, रिजेक्ट होते हो तो नहीं बताते.
हाँ, टिपिकल एचआर कंपनीज के एचआर जैसे हो गया ये. अगर नेक्स्ट राउंड है तो सिलेक्शन मेल आ गया, नहीं तो रिजेक्शन हुआ तो छोड़ दो अभी.
हाँ. एंड आफ्टर दैट फाइनली वो जब एयर होता है ना, आपको सिर्फ 2-3 दिन पहले ही बताते कि आपका ये वेडनेसडे को एयर होने वाला है, ट्यूसडे को एयर होने वाला है, वैसे.
गॉट इट. एंड इसके बाद फिर तो ये 1.5 hours का रिकॉर्डिंग हो गया. देन आपको सारे क्वेश्चंस पूछ लिए. वो हाउ वाज दैट एक्सपीरियंस फॉर यू? 90 minutes.
It was good actually, honestly तो बोलूँ तो शार्क्स जो आउट हो जाते वो सो जाते.
अच्छा, ऐसा है?
Because they've been recording. I mean, physically human के लिए इतना प्रेशर लेना is not good also. They work Monday to Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday of every week they start recording. So it starts from August, ends in I think October, November.
Okay. तो every मतलब पूरे 3 महीने every Friday, Saturday, Sunday पूरा दिन देना पड़ता होगा. अच्छा, कहाँ पे होता है? बॉम्बे में?
यशराज स्टूडियो.
Okay, got it.
So whichever city you're in, you have to come to Bombay.
Oh my God.
You have to record, and every day you listen to around 6 to 7 pitches.
Okay.
Detail. You can't like ऊपर से हाँ नहीं समझ में आया ऐसा. So every day they record in such detail. So physically human के लिए भी इतना अच्छा नहीं होता है. So they go to sleep out there only. ऐसे Aman sits and sleep, Namita sits and sleep. Like you can just imagine कि वो लोग सो रहे हैं, वैसा वाला feel. And when in the start everyone's awake, when they're out they go to sleep.
Okay. Got it. तो इसमें सबसे ज़्यादा ग्रिल किसने किया होगा? Okay.
For sure. मतलब he is like he wants to try to become अश्नीर, तो वो थोड़ा wanna be अश्नीर, ऐसा. तो actually the thing is he had invested in edtech Lido. वो Lido डूब गई, तो उसको space से थोड़ा he doesn't like it.
Okay.
So that's why his experience of previous time of non-profitability and large scale, he didn't want to invest in us again.
Okay.
So that thing, but my attitude and confidence led to Piyush and Vinitha investing. Even Vinitha said कि मैं पहले तुम में invest करूँ, कंपनी में बाद में invest करूँ. So
Got it.
they usually look for startup founders as the key for investor, not the company first.
गॉट इट. सो लाइक अभी जैसे टीवी पे तो दिखा है कि यू गॉट अ फंडिंग. कितने का चेक लिखा था उन्होंने?
15 lakhs.
ओके 30 lakhs. एंड कितना वैल्यूएशन था?
6 crores.
ओके. एंड तभी आई थिंक मंथली रिकरिंग रेवेन्यू वाज इन 2.5 crores ऑफ कोर्स, राइट? तभी
30 lakhs.
अच्छा, ओके. हाँ राइट, आई रिमेंबर. आई थिंक 28 lakhs का बोला था एंड 18 lakhs का प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी, आई रिमेंबर. तो इसमें लाइक इज देयर अ पॉइंट, और मे बी अभी जैसे फंड्स नहीं आए तो कांट यू टेक एनी एक्शन इन द सेंस कि यार आपने तो एयर कर दिया टीवी पे, आपने बोला है फंड्स भी आने वाले और कुछ हुआ ही नहीं, तो like what is the consequence of that? Is it the case with everyone, or it was just like the case with a few startups?
Honestly, 90% cases same. 95%. Okay.
So you're saying so 95% of the startups did not get funds only? Oh my god. Okay.
Now because I speak with a lot of them,
Yeah.
I have connection network. So ये Shark Tank is a good opportunity for you to get 12 minutes of free marketing on national television.
But don't you think
It is
like 12 minutes तो बहुत ज़्यादा, I mean 12 minutes तो सिर्फ आ रहा है आउटपुट, उसके पीछे तो बहुत टाइम चला गया होगा, राइट? एप्लीकेशन से लेके स्क्रीनिंग से लेके वगैरह पूरा
अराउंड लाइक जो मेन टाइम जाता है वो 3-4 दिन जाते हैं.
ओके.
But if you are going for funding, then don't do it.
Okay, got it.
If you are going
For branding, then that's a good
branding,
point.
then go.
So do you think Shark Tank India is a scam?
No, I really loved the experience. Honestly, it helped me perfect my pitch. Anywhere I go, I have a fixed, strong pitch. It helped me, make network of founders that I would have never been able to do regardless of that. Like जो दोस्त उधर बनते हैं वो सेट पे बहुत मजा आता है. You spend day and night together. You make friends. You go back. You discuss founder problems. Founder solutions, you help each other out कहीं ना कहीं से.
Right.
तो वो बहुत ही अच्छा experience होता है. And the Sony team itself is very fabulous. Like I want to learn from them कि उनका HR कौन है. Their team is so dedicated. So मतलब आप 1 बजे हो गया, 2 बजे हो गया, 3 बजे हो गया, वो लोग हटते हैं. पर्सनल लाइफ की कुछ नहीं है.
हाँ.
तो I personally loved the experience of Shark Tank. I did not love the experience of funding out there. तो 2 अलग-अलग चीज़ लेके जाओ.
Right.
In case you get funding, it's good to add someone on your cap table. In case you don't get funding, don't be dependent on it.
Right.
Your company is running for you. वो आके फिर भी आप पैसा भी दे देंगे, वो आपके कंपनी नहीं चलेंगे. How much time would they be able to give it?
Right.
मैक्स टू मैक्स एक आपके अवार्ड शो में आ गए या एक इवेंट पे आ गए, आप जो होस्ट कर रहे हो, आपका अच्छा ब्रांडिंग हो गया, बट इट्स अल्टीमेटली यू हू हैज टू रन द कंपनी.
Correct.
सो रिगार्डलेस ऑफ दैट कंपनी तो अपन को ही चलानी होगा.
Right. So इसमें like any idea in terms of these sharks whether they are paid, because you said that 3 महीने के लिए उनको Friday, Saturday, Sunday पूरा देना पड़ता है, so a lot of time is gone. So Sony को इनको like पैसा देना पड़ता है, how does that happen?
I don't know the exacts, but at least what I've heard is there's no money given.
Okay.
It's only their branding coming on TV.
Okay.
I mean, look at where Lenscat has gone from where it was before and after Shark Tank. Not only it would have done it regardless of it, but वो brand name recognition बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया. People relate to the founder more than they relate to the brand as well.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's worth your investment.
Yeah.
उनके लिए भी ऐसा प्रोसीजर होता ही होगा ना अप्लाई करने के लिए, like I mean they would apply and then वो उनका भी evaluation criteria होता होगा.
Mock sessions होते हैं. In
अच्छा,
fact, I
mock
took a
sessions?
mock of the new Shark of.
हाँ.
I am not allowed to disclose who it
Oh
is.
wow. तो mock लिया as in like what did you do exactly?
I pitched the questionnaire, same Shark Tank, same episode type. And they recorded that person. So I can't share.
Yeah, of
disclose
course.
who it was.
Yeah, we are not asking the names, but you took the interview of that person,
Yeah,
is it?
of the shark.
Oh wow. I think I am feeling very honored that I am sitting in front of a person who is interviewing sharks and all of them. No, but I think we'll get to know that person very soon after a few months. But yeah, I think all in all, just we wanted to understand about this experience of Shark Tank India and all of that as well. That will help a lot of people to understand. And one thing which I wanted to ask, I think on that episode of Shark Tank India, you mentioned that you also want to acquire Byju's and an academy after a point in time. So what is exactly your vision or mission in terms of how do you want to scale OLL, and at what level you will feel कि हाँ यार मैंने तो अभी मचा दिया है लाइफ में, मेरे को अभी कुछ नहीं करना है.
That machadiya feeling will be when I have 1 billion daily active learners. यानी कि 100 करोड़ बच्चे daily OLL पे सीखने चाहिए. That's my mission. In terms of a larger perspective, like कि मैं visualize क्या कर रहा हूँ, like जैसे religions होता है ना, Hinduism, इस्लाम, वैसे एक religion हो OLL का जहाँ पे लोग आके सीखते सिखाते हैं, बस नहीं काम करते. So that's like the larger सीखते सिखाने का religion हम बनाना चाहते हैं. So this is when I will feel satisfied. This is when I will be happy कि बस अभी कुछ नहीं करना. In terms of my milestone, Byju's and Unacademy को खरीदना. So I mean, like the point when I said it, I've been saying it for 2 years before that also. Byju's in itself was $22 billion. Now we know the status of it. It's $5.1 billion. तो easier हो गया खरीदने में.
Okay.
वो तो ही है.
But will you, if you get a chance, if you have those kind of funds, will you still acquire Byju's?
At least since I've said it on national TV, I would be obliged to do it. But
no, but you didn't know about the information which a lot of people have gotten to know after that, right?
Yeah.
So keeping that in mind.
Now I would definitely rethink twice, thrice. But it's definitely a brand name. You think of purple and you think, see that B, everybody knows it's Byju's. Right? वो इतना recognition बना दिया है that you take anyone on the road, they know what Byju's is. They know who Byju's is. Right? So I want to buy that recognition.
Okay, the goodwill.
The whatever goodwill was.
Yeah, whatever the
Shah
goodwill
Rukh
was.
Khan and
Correct.
Maybe that cricket jerseys that they sponsored.
Messi sponsored and all
Messi
of that.
sponsored and all. So I would like to buy that good reputation from them.
Got it. What's your pathway to achieving a target of 1 billion daily active users? What do you think would that time period be? And do you have a clarity in the sense that कि हाँ ये साल में या ये year तक ऐसा होगा? Like, is there a roadmap which you have planned, or how does that work?
So the current go-to-market strategy is B2B. We interact with schools, and that's around 90% of our business. 10% is B2C online, which works with NRI clients outside India जो सीखना चाहते हैं. One-on-one classes में.
So how do you reach out to these NRI clients?
They reach out to us, word of mouth से हो जाता है. We don't do any specific marketing.
Okay.
तो ये जो B2B business है, we want to reach it to a scale where at least we have around 2,000 schools तो आराम से आने चाहिए. तो that will be the private school market.
Okay. India में कितने हो गए ऐसे total private schools?
Private schools का market, there are around 15 lakh schools, out of which 3 lakh are private schools.
Okay.
And 3 lakh में से you can take 50,000 are the premium schools. बाकी 2.5 lakh are affordable private schools. So 2.5 lakh जो schools है वो हमारा target audience है अभी के लिए. तो ये हम तोड़ना चाहते हैं. Plus government, CSR funds, etc. वो मार्केट भी भाई मेरे को सारे बच्चे चाहिए इंडिया के. तो कैसे ना कैसे पहले प्राइवेट मार्केट में जाएंगे, फिर वहाँ से गवर्नमेंट में भी टच करेंगे, एंड देन वी वांट टू रीच आउट टू इंटरनेशनल गवर्नमेंट्स. लाइक एग्जांपल वी आर डूइंग इट विद मालदीव्स. सारे 28 स्कूल्स वहाँ के सारे स्कूल्स हमारे से ही सीखने वाले रोबोटिक्स.
Oh wow.
AI.
So you have cracked that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And ऐसे ही more and more countries we can expand onto. The tier 2 countries, tier 3 countries जो developing है, वहाँ पर entry हम लोग ले सकते हैं. So entry first would be B2B, because in India B2B works. As a model we are distributors. So नए trending topics आते जाएंगे. हर साल एक trend change होते जाएगा. जैसे इस साल entrepreneurship का trend आ रहा है. So every school wants to introduce entrepreneurship, and we have that course. अगले साल कुछ और आएगा. So we will never be irrelevant. We will always be in the trend. So that is the and we want to grow. तो क्या होता है, you grow vertically into all the schools. एक कोर्स बेच के हर स्कूल में चले गए. Then inside that school you have to become a part of that place. So horizontally inside grow करना पड़ता है. So you have to give free teacher trainings, relationship build करके free student trainings दे दिया. फिर कहीं ना कहीं से आप उनको आपका you become there or you know part of the school. So example, school will teach math, science, Hindi, OLL will teach the rest. So that's like the next step for us. And then we would enter into B2B2C, where we would go through coaching centers, set up our own offline centers. यहाँ पे लोग आएंगे और भी बहुत सारे options available होंगे. And then a B2C approach, finally in India.
Got it. Makes sense. Let's talk about the unit economics of this business. So let's try to break down the profit and loss account for the benefit of everyone in the sense that कि इसमें कैसे धंधा कैसे बनता है. So revenue wise you mentioned that you are charging the schools and schools will pay to you and the revenue which you said 2.5 crores monthly. So that is coming from all the schools जितने भी है, right? And then now is there any other source of income apart from this?
Apart from this, there is inside the 2.5 crores, the half is B2C.
Okay,
the
got
0.5.
Got it. Makes sense. 50 lakh हो गया B2C, 2 crore हो गया B2B. Let's talk about the costs now and कैसे इसको होता है. So what would be the major costs and which cost would be like the highest in terms of percentage of revenue and उसका breakdown कैसे होता है?
So the gross cost, as in cost of goods sold, is one is we provide a physical kit. For example, our most popular course right now is robotics. So उसके लिए हम physical kit देते हैं बच्चों को. तो उसके अंदर वो kit का cost होता है. And at the same time we provide teacher who teaches the course. So वो teacher का per hour या per day payment होता है. तो ये तो हमारे cost of goods sold होता है. Apart from this, the variable cost come up to the marketing का percentage share we give to our growth partner, the person who cracked the deal.
Okay.
With the school. So you can say it's like commission to them. तो वो around 10 to 20% के बीच में vary करता है.
Just before this, तो ये physical kit में क्या क्या आता है?
Physical kit में it's like what do you call it? आप coding जानते हो?
नहीं, मैं नहीं जानता हूँ.
नहीं. If else loop.
हाँ.
थोड़ा सुना.
हाँ, सुना हुआ है.
हाँ. So robotics is basically physical format of coding. So we give them buttons, lights, sound, buzzers. We give them an Arduino which they connect to the computer.
Sorry, you give them
Arduino.
What is that?
It's how you can connect the robot to the computer.
Okay. Arduino.
हाँ.
How do you spell this?
ARDUINO.
Arduino. I've never heard this. Okay.
So Arduino Uno करके होता है. And उसके बाद Bitblocks जो हमारा content creator है, they have given us a curriculum.
Okay.
So we've also invested in them personally on personal basis. तो वहाँ पे so they've given us a curriculum grade wise क्या सिखाना है.
Okay.
In an increasing basis so that kids get that AI revolution. आगे जाके last stage is AI where they can connect the camera. अभी example they'll add a code कि if this person's eyes fall asleep then उसके वो buzzer जाग देना.
Okay.
In case so then they put that in a car. तो जब कोई ड्राइव कर रहा है अगर उसके आँखें से बंद हो गए तो buzzer बज जाएगा.
Okay.
So there's these kind of use cases we make them do. And then finally there's like a tech fest type of thing. So each child comes up with the most creative idea using those blocks, those creative blocks you give them. So around 32,000 activities can be done through one box.
Wow. That's a lot.
So,
Yep. ठीक है. Go
this
ahead.
is one cost,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
So what would be the gross margins in this business?
Around 65 to 70%.
Okay. Got it. ठीक है. Then let's go down.
Then fixed costs आते हैं.
हाँ. So sorry, तेरा variable हो गया,
Variable.
which is the 10 to 20%.
हाँ.
Okay. So 55% तक
Correct.
बचा है अभी. Okay. Then.
And then आपके fixed costs become very less at a large.
Correct.
It doesn't make a large difference. So at today's basis we're doing around 40% net.
Okay.
Fixed cost में आपके team होता है, आपका technology का building होता है, बस इतना ही होता है.
Okay.
इसके अलावा क्या तो basic office के लिए right now we are doing it like in our house only. So on the second floor we have an office. तो लोग घर पे आते हैं around 10 people, and the rest work from home. जो core team है वो घर पे काम करती है office पे.
Okay, got it.
And they stay also in that house only. So on the
Achha.
first floor we have a stay facility for the team.
Oh wow.
So
So everyone is like working and staying there only.
yeah. And then
Got
it's
it.
like a villa. So वहाँ पे ही stay, sleep,
Okay.
get up, work.
Okay. Very, very fascinating. I would love to visit that one
Definitely.
fine day. Perfect. No, this is super inspiring. And in terms of anyone who wants to get into edtech industry, like even I am building something in the edtech industry itself, what are the 3 key insights which you have realized over the last few years of your experience in working in edtech industry, which would really help a lot of aspiring edtech entrepreneurs to grow in life?
Like what I have seen at least.
Yeah, like some crisp insights about this
Definitely.
industry. Yeah.
So the first most important thing that I've seen is stick to why you started. आपने क्यों चालू किया उस पे रहो. There will be many investors who will tell you ये नहीं चलेगा. There will be many team members who will tell you कोई आएगा कोई जाएगा. Stick to why you started, because that will endure you. ये एक 10 दिन का गेम नहीं है, 10 महीने का गेम नहीं है, 10 साल का भी गेम नहीं है. आपको उसके आगे भी जाना है. So the reason why you started has to be very strong so that you can endure through the entire time. So if you पहले तो have a good reason to start, otherwise you won't be able to endure. Second is, what I have seen is your content is not unique. मतलब ठीक है, चाहे कोई और भी रिकॉर्ड कर दिया. Example, someone famous recorded. Front row had the best of the famous people recorded. It failed.
Why did it fail?
रीज़न बीइंग इज सेल्स. B2C में आप जाओगे, आपके पास वेरिएबिलिटी इतना है, एक महीना सेल आएगा, दूसरा महीना सेल नहीं आएगा, आप पैसा कैसे दोगे एम्प्लॉय को? तो दैट वाज द बिगेस्ट रीजन ऑफ इट्स फेलियर. एंड टू गेट दोज सेल्स दे हैव टू स्पेंड ऑन मार्केटिंग कॉस्ट. मार्केटिंग कॉस्ट है नहीं. आफ्टर अ पॉइंट आपके फंड्स यूटिलाइज. सो योर कंटेंट इज नॉट यूनिक, बिकॉज कोई भी कॉपी कर लेगा यार. मतलब it's a fact, people copy content. मतलब करिकुलम्स होते हैं, आप अपना करिकुलम मुझे शेयर करोगे, मैं अपना करिकुलम आपको शेयर करूँगा, कॉपी करके पेस्ट हो जाएगा. So USP is never your content or your curriculum. It's always either who is teaching, if you have that who as the person who is on ground. Example, Ravindran Baiju is teaching of IIT. Everyone would come, right? Example, some famous guy comes offline, teaches in the classroom. That sticks, that stays, and that will, but that's not scalable. So that's why our model is we are distributors, we are not content creators. So content आएगा, upgrade होते जाएंगे, but we will stay. That's it.
Got it.
And third thing that I just भूल गया अभी, एक सेकंड पहले कुछ बोलने वाला था, but what I mean on the top of my mind was that कि आपका जो technology है, it has to be, at least if you're in offline business with schools and all, your technology on the back end has to be stronger than the front end. मतलब आपके चाहे वेबसाइट पे कुछ दिखे भी ना, आपके सेल्स आ रहे हैं, आपको उसका बैक एंड इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग करना है. जैसे एग्जाम्पल इन रेस्टोरेंट, द बिलिंग सॉफ्टवेयर इज सो गुड दैट पीपल इंस्टेंटली बिल मिल जाता है. you don't have to see that उनका फ्रंट एंड में वेबसाइट कैसा है, उनका गूगल पे वेबसाइट कैसा है, एक्सेट्रा. इन ऑफलाइन बिजनेसेस लाइक आवर्स इज 90% ऑफलाइन. तो वहाँ पे इट्स मोर ऑफ की बैक एंड में कितना टेक स्ट्रॉन्ग.
But do you think offline is scalable after a point in time?
Yeah, it is.
So you would always prefer offline over online?
At least in terms of learning, I would enjoy learning offline. But क्योंकि उधर motivation, there's two things in learning, motivation and frustration. तो जब motivation high होता है because of some reason, like मैंने जाना कि AI सीखने से बंदे का life set हो जाएगा, तो मेरा motivation बहुत high है, तो मैं I would go on to learn about AI. But after some points, like example errors आते हैं मेरे code में, या problems आते हैं, I'm not able to get up, so frustration starts pulling me down. And then after some point I either give up or so if there's a teacher specifically, then I continue. Offline होता है तो ज़्यादा accountability होता है, so you continue.
Right.
That's why video courses aren't so popular. 3% success ratio of Udemy, usage ratio of Udemy.
So 3% usage ratio as in?
97% लोग खरीद के बस रख देते हैं.
So you're saying completion rate is 3%.
3%.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, which is very poor.
Which is very poor.
Okay. And the reason is because they are not getting real value out of it. That's why.
No. वो course बहुत सही है. Motivation नहीं है. Accountability नहीं है.
So you're saying India में education is like a motivation problem.
Yeah. You need a physical person to sit on your head and make you do it.
How do you gamify education? Is there a way to gamify it? Like today, if I'm going for watching a movie or if I'm going for a concert, people will be like कि हाँ यार मज़ा आएगा, इसको तो मेरे को जल्दी जाना है. Can that happen in education industry? And how, if yes, how will that happen? मतलब ऐसे मज़ा आना चाहिए कि यार हाँ यार मेरे को अभी इसके इधर जाना है, आज मज़ा आने वाला है.
Like स्कूल जाने के लिए उतना एक्साइटमेंट होना चाहिए, right?
हाँ, स्कूल जाने के लिए या तो कोई भी कॉलेज जाने के लिए या तो कोई भी कोचिंग सेंटर जाने के लिए. मतलब मैं आई हैव डन CFA CCA. मैं CA के क्लासेस में जाता था तो आई नेवर हैड दिस फीलिंग कि आज बहुत मज़ा आने वाला है और मैं बहुत सीखने वाला हूँ. आई जस्ट वेंट बिकॉज मेरे को पता है कि मुझे CA की डिग्री चाहिए. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे मैं वो डिग्री के लिए कर रहा हूँ ताकि मुझे एक अच्छी 20 लाख की नौकरी मिल जाए. दैट वॉज द मोटिवेशन. अल्टीमेटली जॉब चाहिए. सोसाइटी में क्या है, तुमको अगर जॉब है तो तुम एकदम अच्छे से, हाँ स्टेबल जॉब है भाई, आदित्य बिरला ग्रुप में काम कर रहा है तो वो कुछ अच्छा किया होगा. दैट वॉज द माइंड सेट. बट आई नेवर हैड दिस इंक्लिनेशन कि बहुत मज़ा आएगा सीखने के लिए. मैं खुद से नहीं जा रहा था. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक कैन बी डन वेयर पीपल विल गो खुद से? एंड like for that I think gamification is something which is important. So what are your thoughts?
I personally think gamification से ज़्यादा टेक्स्ट बुक हटाओ, ठीक है, नोटबुक हटाओ. अपन सीख क्यों रहे to use in our life, right? When we learn something, we're learning it to utilize it. If I'm learning how to fix a light, नहीं कि कब लाइट ख़राब हो जाए तो मैं फिक्स कर दूँ, right? Simple. If I'm learning reflection of light in school, I don't know where I'm going to use it.
Yeah. Reflection, refraction, वो मेरे को याद है फिजिक्स में.
मतलब कहाँ पे काम आएगा यार, वो समझाओ मुझे. So first thing is you get rid of textbooks. You focus on the practical aspect कि अगर लाइट रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ लाइट या रिफ्लेक्शन जो भी है उसको आप मुझे मिरर लाओ, मेरे सामने दिखाओ कि ये ऐसे होता है, मुझे बताओ ये मेरे लाइफ में कहाँ पे काम आएगा, पहले वो बताओ, ठीक है. फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकेंड इज यू गेट रिड ऑफ द रिस्ट्रिक्शंस एंड ऑफरिंग्स. जब आप सिर्फ मैथ, साइंस, इंग्लिश, हिंदी, हिस्ट्री, जोग्राफी दोगे, मेरा इंटरेस्ट है एग्जाम्पल आर्ट या कैलीग्राफी या कुछ और, सो मेरा इंटरेस्ट जो है उसको कोई कैटर नहीं कर पा रहा, तो फिर मेरा वो एक मोटिवेशन टू लर्न, लाइक एग्जाम्पल आई वांट टू लर्न कैलीग्राफी, देयर इज नो वन टू टीच इट. लाइक आई रियली वांट टू लर्न स्प्रे पेंटिंग. ये सिखाने के लिए कहाँ पर स्कूल में थोड़ी सिखाते हैं. सो इफ अ स्कूल वुड हैव दैट वुड बी रियली कूल. एंड थर्ड इज दैट get rid of the old pedagogy of teaching, which is shouting at the child, punishing the child, which is very common at scale. 30 kids ko sambhalna, when you think of a student point of view, like why do they shout? When you think of teacher point of view, I've gone and taught, I think yaar mujhe chillana padega, main bina chillaye kaise rahu. So there the teachers need to be watching Netflix, the teachers need to be playing Fortnite, teachers need to be playing PUBG, because they need to learn what the student is doing right now. They need to talk in students language. अगर फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड के बच्चे को बात करो, बोलो कि मैं डोरेमोन देखता हूँ, और मैं डोरेमोन में जब बच्चा वो ये कुछ गैजेट निकालता है, वैसे ही गैजेट हम लोग बनाने वाले तो वो बच्चा आपका सब कुछ छोड़ के सुनेगा. So they have to talk in their language. They have to make them do it. You can't make them just mug up stuff. And they have to let them explore another options.
Right.
तो ये तीन हो जाएगा तो I don't think gamification का, like actually my dad tried gamification in education a long time ago.
Okay.
वो एक पूरा different story है, वो very ahead of its time.
Okay. What exactly was that?
It was teaching technology through games.
Okay.
And it became quite popular, but it failed because it was B2C focused first. विज जूनियर्स करके था, काफ़ी फेमस हो गया था हर जगह.
So do you think B2B works better in India than B2C?
Easily. any company is first B2B then B2C.
Not really, no. Which
think-
give examples? Can you give some examples?
आप हिंदुस्तान यूनिलीवर देखो वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर फर्स्ट है, वो B2B चलता है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर ऑर्डर करेगा तब
Correct.
मतलब obviously it's
But companies like let's say Cred, Zerodha, वगैरह.
Zerodha also मतलब it's tech based companies are definitely B2C होता है, but वहाँ पे भी आप देखोगे जो सारे आपके brokers थे पहले, अभी वो broker networks खत्म हो गए जो पब्लिक ब्रोकर्स करते थे. पहले वो B2B ही था बिजनेस.
Okay.
मतलब I would like being in the stock market earlier, there's two types of buyers. One is the retail buyers, one is the bulk buyers जो LIC के लिए खरीदते हैं, जो ICICI के लिए खरीदते हैं, वैसे लोग. तो first that the main bread butter is that. The retail is not the main bread butter. I don't know if they share that openly or not. I don't know personally, but at least most of businesses in India are B2B. Most of businesses. मतलब गुजरात में 90% B2B चलता है, because everyone makes either diamond या कुछ, वो आके जाके किसी और को बेचते, बेचने वाला फिर finally B2C आते distributor local.
Correct.
Local works better in B2C.
Makes sense. No, makes sense. I think this is a valid point. And in terms of your sources of income, if I may ask, so what would, as of now, you're 18, right?
Yeah.
So as an 18-year-old, what are your sources of income right now?
I personally like मेरे पास सिर्फ एक ही source है, monthly salary.
Okay.
20,000 rupees a month.
You just got 20,000. That's it. Oh my God, isn't that too less?
I don't require. मतलब मैं क्या कर लूँगा यार, मेरे पास 7 t-shirts है, सब OLL के. Like you can literally ask anyone in my entire building society, वो सारे एरिया में बस एक ही टी-शर्ट पहन के रोज आता है, ऑफिस में भी हर रोज सेम ही टी-शर्ट. तो इट डजंट रियली मैटर, क्लोथ्स डोंट मैटर. मुझे कोई गाड़ियों का शौक नहीं है, मैं एक ही गाड़ी में चल सकता हूँ सब जगह.
No, but I think ये इंडस्ट्री में रेवेन्यू मल्टीपल पे चलता है वैल्यूएशन, राइट?
या
तो इस पे कितना होता है? 5x 6x का मल्टीपल मिलता होगा?
easily.
Okay. So based on that, your valuation will be what? 2.5 crores into 12, which is 30 crores into 6, 180 crores के आसपास, 150 to 180 crores.
Correct.
Wow, and you just draw a salary of 20,000 a month.
It's not, I mean, I don't, मुझे क्या करना.
Yeah, no, that's a very good message or maybe mindset, because a lot of people after raising, they try to draw like exorbitant salaries and then they get into losses, but salary तो founder की जेब में चली जाती है.
Correct.
That is what has been happening in like a lot of companies as well.
Our salary cost is only around 5 lakhs a month of total.
This includes like all 135 members.
मतलब टीचर्स 100 है, 35 लोग का.
Okay, so 35 का that 5 lakhs a month. Oh my God.
I mean, we will increase.
Which is, yeah, but I mean, that's a very, like as percentage of revenue, it's very less. Wow, that's amazing. This was like super amazing talking to you. One last question from my side, which I ask every guest of mine. This is a tricky one. If you were in the shoes of Kushal Lodha and if you were interviewing Shreyaan Daga, what is that one question you would like to ask him towards the end of the interview?
Acha, one question that I'll ask myself.
Yes.
Okay. Nice question. What would I ask myself?
मैंने घर क्यों छोड़ा था 2020 में?
I mean, I'll ask myself ki when there's a point where, when Shreyaan is at the lowest point of his life, everything's gone, family is broken up, company is broken up, worst case scenario. तब क्या करेगा तू? And I don't know the answer. So
Okay.
that's something I'm always, I was always scared of this one question. Still I'm fearful, thoda sa अंदर से,
Got it.
कि at the deep rock bottom क्या होएगा?
Right. No, of course, I am sure it won't happen. But again, like
मजा आएगा. अगर आएगा अभी.
No, but yeah, I'm sure. I mean, this was super inspiring, Shreyan, and I think I have learned a lot of things about the education industry in particular, because I am also an edtech entrepreneur, so got a lot of insights. And people got to know a lot of things about Shark Tank India as well, because that is like the hot topic, and they always want to know how do you apply, whether you get funds, what type of questions are asked, and all of that. And your journey has been extremely inspiring in the sense that you have given us a message that age is not a barrier to start something of your own. And if you want to do something, if you have that vision, if you have that mindset of doing something, I think no educational qualification or maybe nothing can just stop you from doing that thing ultimately. So thank you so much for inspiring everyone, including me. And I'm sure this is going to be loved by everyone. And yep, hope to stay in touch. Wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Can't wait to see you hit your milestone of achieving 1 billion daily active users very soon.
डन यार.
Perfect.
Honestly, मैं बहुत पॉडकास्ट देता हूँ, कोई इतना अच्छे से सुनता नहीं है. You are the first person who like genuinely wants to listen एकदम carefully कि यार सच्ची में ऐसा होता है, अच्छा वैसा होता है. So that's a really good quality that not many people have, which is, you know, you should keep it up.
Thank you so much. Means a lot. Thanks a lot, Shreyaan.